country, landing in Gujarat, arresting Mr. Mewani, taking him back and booking him under various serious offences because some BJP member in Assam, which is a BJP ruled state, some BJP member in Assam filed a police complaint, frivolous police complaint, that Mewani's statement had hurt his feelings, that this is an inflammatory statement, that it is an insurrectionary statement. I don't know, I forget the precise charges that were filed against Jignesh. And he was held in custody for 2 or 3 days before finally a lower court granted him bail and allowed him to go back. Now, if this can happen to an MLA simply for a tweet, you can imagine what fate can lie before ordinary people. And actually the purpose of this kind of heavy-handedness is to choke off the public appetite to read, to share, to contribute to discussions online that are critical of the government. Can you believe that in Uttar Pradesh this week, the Adityanath government has arrested people? I was reading in the paper today or yesterday. One gentleman, so the Adityanath apparently said that there shall be no comments on Israel-Palestine that are not in line with what the government of India's position is. But frankly, the government of India has not even stated its position. What it has stated is so brief that it's impossible to get any sense of what the position is. For example, it used to be a regular statement of India whenever there was violence or crisis that India would call for a ceasefire, India would urge restraint, that no matter what the origin of the violence, as the Prime Minister said about Ukraine and Russia, and he was applauded around the world for saying it, this is not an era of war. But if today you put a post in Uttar Pradesh that Narendra Modi told Ukraine and Russia that this is not an era of war, why doesn't he tell the same thing to Netanyahu? Will such a tweet pass Adityanath's test? That this is in conformity with the government of India's position? Or will some enthusiastic policeman decide that no, this is inflammatory? Of course, a lot depends on your religion. The one person I know who has been arrested happens to be Muslim, and that doesn't surprise me. But this is the nature of illegality and capriciousness which has been introduced into the entire domain of freedom of speech in this country. That you do not know whether something you say online or in a meeting can tomorrow be turned into a criminal case against you. A young colleague of mine at The Wire went to Rampur in 2020 or 21 to report on the death of a farmer who had died during the farmers' protest in Delhi on January 26th that year. The farmers claimed that this farmer had died, young farmer, he was 26 or 27, that he died because of a bullet injury. The Delhi police said no, he died because of the tractor he was on overturned. Fine, you can have two versions. And we don't know which is correct, which is not. But merely tomorrow there will be an FIR against me. Where is that FIR? Where is that boundary which if I cross, they may send enforcement directorate after me? You know, the Financial Times has run 2 stories talking about Documents. Any sensible government would say we need to investigate this because what these documents show is the illicit transfer out of India of millions of dollars. This is what the ED is meant to be investigating. The Enforcement Directorate was made for this. The Prevention of Money Laundering Act was made for this. But you will not investigate documents which suggest that hundreds or thousands of crores of rupees are involved in coming and going, involving some of India's biggest companies. That you won't investigate. Maybe because those businesses are they are within your ecosystem. But journalists or others who question you, the ED can go after them. The CBI can go after them. The Delhi Police Special Cell can go after them, like they have done for NewsClick. And just so that there is no confusion in your mind, the issue is not on any financial law breaking. What are the questions that these reporters or others were asked? What coverage did you do of farmers' movement? What coverage have you been doing about the Citizenship Amendment Act and the protests against it? How many ground reports have you filed about the farmers? These are the kind of questions that the so-called is this the job of an anti-terrorism police squad? To ask a reporter, how many times are you, what kind of reports did you file about the Kisan Andolan? Or to ask a journalist, why do you have these books on your bookshelf? So, the way in which the regime has gone about doing its job of stifling dissent, controlling what people can say, and the idea is to make sure that in the wider public, only your one-way transmission, your Mann Ki Baat stuff, that is what will prevail. That narrative will hold. And what the Godi media, all the media that you control, the story and line and discourse that they put out, that should prevail, that should dominate. They do not want websites that challenge them, that not challenge them, but that challenge the picture that they are painting. They do not want YouTubers to do programs in Hindi or Odia or Bengali or Malayalam that ask difficult questions of those who are in power. They do not want reporters going around investigating scams or potential scams, because as they say, na khaunga na khane dunga, lekin jaanch bhi nahi karane dunga. I won't let you investigate either. This is the regime, and it's for people to judge whether that emergency was bad or this emergency is bad, or are they just as bad or not so bad. Frankly, that's not a valid question. The question is that if we value India as a democracy, if we value the rights the Constitution has given us, there is no other conclusion but to say that we have to oppose this kind of restrictions that are being placed on us, on free speech, free media, freedom of expression, freedom of association. I once again congratulate the DAKF for having this event on this very, very important topic. All across India, these kinds of events should be held so that people understand the full reality of what is happening.